You are listening to Did You Hear?
Did you hear?
Did you hear?
Did you hear? The Johnson County Library Podcast.
This is your Library Insider.
In this episode of Did You Hear, our local arts librarian Bryan Voell joins host Dave Carson and local music sensation Miki P for an interview and a wonderful musical performance. Plus, more of your favorite librarians share their best eLibrary picks and some favorite author quotes. But first, our weekly word.
Crescendo. Growing, as in swelling of sound or becoming louder. Increasing loudness and intensity.
I remember what you said when you lied to me. I was 16 then, young and naive. You're all you're wrong, always pouring out your mouth. Could never be grateful for me looking out. Someday, maybe you'll look back and wanna feel sorry for all the things you said and you did that hurt me. You wanna walk? That's okay. I'm just building up my walls these days anyway. Yeah, I'm getting back my heart and all its parts, figuring out that I'm kind and unwise, too slow to recognize all these parts you tore out of me. Under your care, I became more aware of your use of mine. It's not mine, not mine, not
Welcome to Did You Hear? That was Miki P. Hi, Miki. How are you?
Good, how are you?
What was the name of that song?
Not mine.
Not Mine. And can that be found somewhere out in the internet world or on an album or anything like that?
Yes, it can be found on all streaming platforms. We also have a music video for it on YouTube, and it will be released on our album in June.
So is that the royal we, or do you have a band as well?
What's the royal we?
The royal we is when you're talking about yourself.
Oh.
Like I, but you say we have.
Oh, that's
the
awesome.
royal we. Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing that. But no, it's It's my band, Miki P and the Swallowtails.
The Swallowtails.
Yeah.
Okay, and so the Swallowtails consist of what? A drum, a bass, any other?
Yes. There is a cello player and a bassoon player.
Oh my goodness.
Who I was quoting at the end of that song when I was kind of like just singing. That
Okay,
was their solo.
I have really stepped on the toes of our local arts librarian who wants to ask you these very questions. Let's bring in Bryan Voell. Bryan,
Hello.
how are you today?
I'm doing fine, thank you. Now that
Bryan.
you've taken my bassoon and cello question, I got to scratch off a number of questions here. No.
So, I always love it when good music is brought right to my front door.
Yes, we've got a really good job, don't we?
Just feet away from my cubicle, so
Yeah,
it's not too bad of a gig when it happens. So.
indeed.
So I understand you have a number of questions for Michaela.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for the song, for your first song of 2 today. And so the Swallowtails. Would you like to introduce the band?
Yeah.
Or who's in the band? Who does what?
So Robert Castillo plays bass. He's also he's a band leader for the Sextet.
Oh,
which is
yeah,
like a
sure.
jazz funk band.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cade Poole is on drums, and he is a very he's a freelance musician in Kansas City as well. So he's played with musicians like Kadesh Flow, 10 other people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Rachel Lovelace on bassoon, Addie Dancy on cello, and then me. Miki
And
P.
you.
Yeah.
Now, the band is new for you. You had American Slim was your first band.
Yeah.
And then you sort of went solo. And what brought the band together? Why a band this time?
Well, after American Slim, I was in a band for 6 years, and that was my first introduction to music. And then I went solo, and I knew I wanted to have a band again because I liked that setting of being in a band. It's kind of like family and friends, and like you all support one another, and it got kind of lonely as just Miki P,
Now, it should be noted that you were the drummer in American Slim and the vocalist. The drummer and the vocalist.
and
which
songwriter. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
is rare. Which is rare.
Would you
It's-
describe yourself as a multi-instrumentalist?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Now, I have to ask you, I want to ask you about your new album coming out. So, but before that, I want to ask you about, so it's Miki P and the Swallowtails. You just put out an EP called Swallowtails.
Yeah.
And what is it about Swallowtails?
The hard-hitting questions from Bryan Voell.
I love it because no one ever
Dome of
asked.
Swallows was your first.
Dome of
Oh,
Swallows. I'll
okay.
start there.
So, yeah.
So my first album under Miki P was called Dome of Swallows. And my boyfriend and I went camping, and we were out fishing on this pier, and the sun was going down. We were in the middle of Kansas, so like in the Flint Hills, essentially.
Nice.
And we were under this bridge, and there were all these swallow nests up there, like the birds.
Ah, cool.
And they were out, and they were flying around, and they were like swooping down, and we were the only two people out there, and it just kind of felt like they created a dome around us. And I kind of came up with this idea that they could be like my protectors, to like the outer world. I have like this whole kind of like pack of swallows surrounding me, and it helped me kind of get through. I knew I wanted to find what the album was going to be named on that trip, and then it just kind of hit me at once.
Yeah.
So then on the album cover, done by Noel Turla, which is my boyfriend's father, he's an artist, he did a dome of swallows outside of me, and then he did butterflies on the inside.
Right.
So the swallowtail, I feel like, represents more of like the inner part of me and more sensitive part of me. So that's kind of why I ran with Miki P and the Swallowtails.
Sure.
It's a great
Nice.
name. It's a great name
That's
for a band.
Nice story. Yeah. And it fits, definitely.
Thanks.
So your new album that's coming out in June, what can you tell us about it?
It's going to be awesome. It was the first time that
we all got in the studio together with drums because
Wow.
on our EP, on Swallowtail, we didn't have drums. There was actually only 2 songs done with the 4 of us on that, and then I did 1 track with my boyfriend Trevor and then 2 tracks by myself. So the EP we released was kind of just this conglomerate of like, let's try something.
Yeah.
And this album is so cohesive, and I feel like the arrangement of it is just, I've never worked on anything that is so put together and cohesive.
I would like to ask, so many different artists approach the recording differently. Sometimes you just get the band all in one room and you play together, and then other times you lay down
Track by
individual
track,
tracks.
yeah.
So how did you do it?
So on our EP, we did that. We got in the room together, and we just recorded it all live.
Okay.
So you only have 1 take, you know?
Right.
And that was really cool because that was the first time I ever got to get that live feel. But on this album, we took it track by track, and we laid down drums and bass together. And then I was in the booth singing and doing guitar scratch stuff with them so they could get, the structure of it. And then once we laid down those, we did cello and bassoon, and they recorded together because their lines are in and out, kind of weaving. And then we recorded guitar, and then we recorded vocals.
That's interesting.
And we did it all in 1 week.
1
Wow.
week.
Yeah,
How many
12 songs.
songs did you record in 1 week?
12 songs.
12 songs.
12 songs.
Yeah.
And so all of those 12 songs will be on the album.
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm contemplating it right now.
Because I have this.
I love them all, but
this fascination with recording sessions and
Yeah, me too.
songs that make the album and songs that don't make the album.
And the instruments that you decide to take off, and what kind of variety you shoot for in an album. It's like, do you have that kind of variety where some songs are kind of sparse and there's a little instrumentation, and then you get the full sextet going?
I would say on this coming album, it's all of us. I was really
Every song?
Every song,
Cool.
yes. I was really oh no, that's not true. I'm sorry. There's 2 songs I did stripped down, but I don't know. It feels like we did them all together.
When you say stripped down, just you and your guitar, or just a couple instruments?
There's a track with me on guitar and just vocal, and then there's a track that I had my friend from True Lions, Allison.
Oh, yeah.
They came in and recorded
Yeah.
piano, and I sang the vocal.
Neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. True Lions just performed for City Center Live last month. So
Oh, very good.
yeah, I know that you and Allison basically did True Lions as a duo.
We started,
started
the
as a
band as a
duo,
duo,
yeah.
And then it's grown into this
I
amazing.
know, it's a whole world into itself.
Yes.
True Lions, yeah.
Really, really cool to see that group grow.
Well, I've got to ask this: the other song that you were going to play today, is that on the new album, or is that? From,
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I'm trying to kind of phase out all the old stuff.
Old stuff, and it's
'cause
all-
I have
all new for you?
so much new stuff that's not even going to be on this album.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm
Okay.
like itching to play,
So that
newer
was
stuff.
that was another question that I had. Like, how often are you writing songs? Are you prolific? Do you consider yourself to be a prolific songwriter, or you're writing all the time? Or like some artists, they're perfectionists and they want to perfect their songs, so they don't write as many or they don't finish as many. How do you fit into that?
I write a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't journal. I wish I journaled. And I think I've kind of come to that songwriting is my journaling. So I write a lot because I need to get a lot out.
When you come up with a song, do you go right to recording it or writing it down, or okay?
Yeah, I never don't sit down without a notebook.
Yeah. Okay.
That would stress me out because words are just coming and coming, and I need to just get it all out and then look at it and say like, okay, do I like this?
Brian, did you know that one time I went to Paisley Park, Prince's studio? So he
Wait,
lived.
was that recently? Because I
That
think
was a
you
couple
told-
years ago.
I think you
But-
told me about that.
Yeah. So he lived above his studio, and the idea was that
Create
you
all the
know,
time.
Yeah, whenever
Yep.
an idea came out, he could run downstairs and just lay down a track.
Vault with all
Oh
of
my
these.
gosh.
Isn't that crazy?
Volumes
And then
insane.
to have the talent of any genre, it's like, well, maybe this time it's a jazz song. And this time it's just like whatever. It's like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
gonna do guitar riff. So,
And I think that's something that we're coming into is like genre bending.
yeah.
I don't think we should hold to like, oh, well, I just play rock or I just play country. It's like everybody's doing all of these things.
So
Right.
do you have like even just like a little recorder or something?
Yes.
Is that the start of the
I
process?
record it usually on my phone.
Okay.
And just voice memo it. But I do have a little studio set up in my office. And
Yeah.
I've been multi-tracking there, and I'll have like the band come in and lay down their parts, and
Neat.
that's just gonna, who knows where
Because
that's
you
gonna
can
go.
you can forget the words or
Yes.
the melody of a great
I will,
idea,
and I
right?
will. I have to
Sure.
record it to relearn it.
Okay, so that's another lead in.
Okay.
Great lead in to another question.
Well, I had a great lead into her performing, but you walked all over that.
We'll figure this out in editing.
No,
Are
we won't.
you a self-taught musician? Do you have any formal musical training?
It's yes. I was self-taught on the drums.
Okay.
But I took initially guitar lessons. I went to Catholic school, and the music director there, she gave Carol Finney. She gave guitar lessons after school, and I did it with my friends, and I really, really took to guitar. And then Rock Band came out, and I taught myself how to play the drums from there.
Well, you are an amazing drummer.
Thank you.
Because I don't know if those videos are available anymore on your YouTube, but
What? Oh, I privated a lot of them because it's kind of confusing.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I'm glad that I saw them when I did. But yeah, there are these crazy videos of Miki drumming, and so it's very talented. So yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
self-taught.
But you said you learned from the video game Rock Band?
Yes.
Yeah.
So how different is that from...
Okay.
Right.
So my dad got me this like really cool electronic drum set that had the hi-hat pedal, the kick pedal, like a snare, 3 toms, a ride cymbal, and a crash. And that's
Okay.
a drum set.
Yeah.
Right.
And so if you play on expert, you're essentially playing the song, and I would be getting like 100% on expert. And then I just like bought a drum set, and I just taught myself how to play.
Yeah.
And then it translates, huh?
It
So you
does,
could just
because
sit
I was
down.
able to hear it and like without reading music, be able
Okay,
to learn it.
but then to play with other musicians, what kind of transition is that?
So my first band was an all-girl band, and we got started when I was in like 8th grade. And my friend Connor picked up a guitar, and we just played like Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes. Like, you know, I think I've played that song in like every band I've ever been in, except for the Swallowtails, because I will never play it again. But
That one might have run its course.
But you just start to learn these easy songs and kind of put them together and learn how to communicate. And I learned very young. And in American Slim, I started that band when I was a freshman in high school, and I was playing gigs professionally all throughout high school.
Wow.
So I learned a lot in that time period.
Cool.
Okay, Miki, so I can't let you leave without asking about video directing. You've directed a bunch of videos, not only for yourself, like self-directed videos, but for others. Like you did one with Fritz Hutchinson, his new single. How did you get started in video directing, and is that something that you want to do more of?
Well, I started with American Slim because we needed content, we needed music videos, and we had music. So I was just like, well, I have a camera, and we have iMovie or whatever came on the computer. So we just started doing some stuff, and I really liked it. And then with Miki P, it was kind of the same mentality. Like, I'm able to do it on my own, and I like it. I realized that it's something that not everyone enjoys doing or can do or knows how to, but there's a lot of music. And so I just posted on Facebook one day, if anybody wants any music videos, hit me up, because I would love to collaborate in that way.
That's awesome.
And it's been so much fun. Like, I've done 3 music videos this year for other musicians and 2 for my own band.
Yeah.
Very
so
good.
A lot of stuff coming out.
I do a lot of videos myself, not music videos, but they're time consuming.
They are.
Yeah?
They are. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
It's a hard balance.
Yeah.
Especially with like.
Do you ever find like those videos you're doing for other people are taking time away from your own music?
No.
Good.
I think it actually helps me balance out a little bit.
Nice.
Because it's like I can kind of take a break from my music and get in a different headspace.
Yeah.
And collaborate in a different way, because I've played in so many bands instrumentally. I'll pick up bass, drums, whatever, and that's very time consuming because that takes up my weekends, or that takes up whatever it's going to take up. But a music video could be like a 2-day shoot and 1-day edit, and then I'm done. And I got to collaborate, so
That's cool.
yeah.
Wonderful.
Are there music videos for the songs you're playing today?
There is a music video for Not Mine that I just played.
Okay.
And the one I'm going to end with, There Will Be Soon.
What do you think about hearing that, Brian?
I would love to hear that song, Dave.
Well, I think I'd love to hear that too. What do you think about playing it?
Yeah, I would love to play it.
That
Well,
would
then-
be the missing piece.
Then
Playing the
we'll
song.
shut up. And here is Miki P.
Thank you. This song is called Rose Garden, and it'll be one of the songs on our upcoming album. Weathered the bottom of my feet, worn down, going to conquer this. It's a battle day to day, a constant flow of rain, but it's got to storm now so the grass can grow green. Change may be hard to see, but it's an ebb and flow. Open your mind, let the universe tell you what it knows. Blinded by distractions surrounding me. The truth is deceiving, but it's simple and plain. We have all the answers, yet the questions remain hidden in plain sight right in front of your face. It gets easier when you can admit that you've lost your way.
That was great.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Boy, that's kind of like Joni Mitchell with the white stripes.
Yeah.
It's like that seems like a new kind of sound for you, or a turning point song.
Yeah.
For you.
This song, changed everything. Honestly, the two songs I've played today really changed my perspective on like how to play guitar and not being boxed into just being like, I'm just gonna write chords. It's like you can be cool and write cool melodies and push yourself outside the box.
I was just thinking, it was such a great blend of guitar prowess, very nice lyrics. I mean, you're older than you're wiser than your age. I don't know what I'm trying to say there, but you know what I'm saying. And then a wonderful voice, and what a treat.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Brian, you might want to talk into the microphone.
So you're
but that just shows you just what
Yeah.
a good musical experience transcends you and takes you away from your reality. And Brian forgot that we were recording a podcast. You're supposed to talk into a
I was
microphone.
transcended. So you're a fan of Joni Mitchell.
Yes.
And I know you're a Beatles fan, right? So
Yeah.
who else do you listen to? Who else informs your music?
A lot of Fleetwood Mac. Love Stevie Nicks. Bob Dylan this year, he was my most played Spotify artist in
Oh, wow.
2019.
Oh, wow.
I went through a big phase, and then it kind of like Joni kind of came in at the same time, and she's really stayed with me.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Do you find that you binge on artists? Like,
I definitely.
And,
it kind of takes a while to kind of like open the door.
Yeah.
But once I'm in, I want to like listen to albums, and I just want to know about their lives.
Yeah. And then they stick with you forever, and you may not come back to their music, you know, but then you rediscover it again.
It's totally different, and it totally means something else.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. You have any more questions, Brian?
Well, we could go on and on, but I think I'll end it there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to consider maybe bringing in Miki P and the Swallowtails for a music performance someday
that would be
at
fun.
one of our libraries?
Definitely. Yes, definitely.
Okay.
And when that happens, that will be announced.
Yes.
When that happens.
Very good.
So, yeah.
Very good. Well, until then, thank you so much for coming in today. And boy, we didn't have to do like multiple takes or anything because she just nailed it. And Brian got transcended. I guess I did too. And it was a true treat. And so thank you very much. And we would like to let everyone know where they can find your music. And so this is a good time for you to plug away wherever it can be found. Where can we hear your music again?
You can visit me at mikipmusic.com, and that will take you everywhere. Or you can find me online at Miki P Music.
Okay.
And we have an interview that we did for the local music blog with Miki last year, I believe.
Yeah, I think I have blue hair, maybe.
Yeah, it was and that is on the local music blog. If you go to our webpage, jocolibrary.org, and click on Explore at the top of the page and click on local music, you'll find all of our local music interviews, and Miki P is one of those. She talks about her recording process and her she has her book, music, and movie recommendations as well.
Excellent. One other way you can do it, and that's true for any local music artist, just go to jocolibrary.org and in the search box, type in your favorite artist. Maybe it's Miki P.
Yeah.
MIKIP.
Good.
Always worth spelling.
Yeah, always worth spelling. All right. Well, until next time, thank you very much. And this has been Did You Hear?
Beth Markowitz. I'm YS at Central. And I have a quote from Fred Rogers. He says, we need to help our young children so that in times like this, they will bend and not break. I don't have anything specifically to relate that to, but maybe his DVDs or a video, an online video, or one of his books. Thanks. Bye.
Hi, my name is Melody Cosme. I'm an information specialist at Shawnee Cedar Row Libraries, and my quote is from the Stephen King book, On Writing, a Memoir of the Craft. If you want to be a writer, you must do two things above all others: read a lot and write a lot. Good books don't give up all their secrets at once. Thank you.
Hello, this is Grant Peters, and I work at the Gardner branch as a clerk, and my quote is from the Jim Butcher, Harry Dresden series for a particular book, Blood Rights, and it is, "The building was on fire, and it wasn't my fault."
Hello, my name is Diane, and I'm an information specialist at the Johnson County Library. My quote is from the book, Just One Damn Thing After Another by Jodi Taylor. And that was the moment. That was the moment when the true potential of all we could achieve became apparent. That was the moment when everyone's imagination took flight and we became unstoppable.
Hi, this is Sally Kessler. I am a part-time information specialist at Lenexa. The book I was wanting to talk about for e-audio is I just finished Dear Edward by Anne Nalapalatina. This book held my attention throughout the entire story. I've never read anything like it before. The author did an excellent job writing a story about a young boy being the sole survivor of a plane crash and the psychological impact and emotional toll it took on his life. I would highly recommend this book as something to listen to. during our current times. Thanks.
Hi, this is Tiffany Rennie, and I'm a youth information specialist at Blue Valley. And the one thing that I wanted to recommend this week is on Acorn TV, which is available through the library webpage. And Acorn TV offers Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries, which is an awesome cozy type mystery series set in 1920s Melbourne, Australia. And Miss Fisher is a very sassy lady with very great fashion sense and a very great work ethic, and there's romance and intrigue, and get to learn all about Australia during the 20s. It's just a really sweet, light murder mystery series. And if you're a fan of that series and haven't yet realized, there's actually been a new movie made that's also available on Acorn. It came out in March. So if you've seen the series and haven't seen the movie, that's available on Acorn. If you've seen nothing, then prepare to have your minds blown because it's awesome. Thanks so much.
Hey, Dave. This is Becky Carlton. I am a youth services information specialist at the Oak Park Library. And I would like to recommend an e-audio book, so the type you listen to, by author Alfie Kohn, Kohn. It's called Unconditional Parenting, Moving from Rewards and Punishments to Love and Reason. And I've read a bunch of parenting guides and self-help books, and this is the best one. And what I like about this is you can listen to parent educator Kohn narrate it himself. And his big thing is moving beyond punishments and rewards to focus on relationship building and seeing the big picture, which he argues teaches children empathy and how to make decisions on their own when you're not around. So I highly recommend it. Again, Unconditional Parenting by Alfie Kohn. It's available as a downloadable audiobook on our eLibrary. Thanks. Bye.
For more episodes of Did You Hear, go to the Johnson County Library website, jocolibrary.org/didyouhear. Please, stay safe, everyone.